Welcome to Toffee TV. Well, that's it. It is all over. The World Cup is over. France have taken the title to win their second World Cup, beating Croatia 4-2 in what was a very, very good game of football. It wasn't full of the absolute greatest football, but it was a great football match as far as I'm concerned. France took the lead through the run of play. Croatia started brilliantly. They had tactics just to stop France playing. They pressed high up and they wouldn't let them out, and they started really, really well. Created chances, but just couldn't really find that final touch in the early moments. And it came to France to take the lead. A free kick about 25 yards out. It was, let's be honest, it wasn't a free kick. Griezmann went down softly and the referee gave it, but Griezmann put a ball in, a fantastic ball. Croatian defence probably too deep, and it's come off Mandzukić's head and gone into the back of the net. But it didn't take long for Croatia to get themselves back in the game. A free kick of their own was played deep. It came across. The French just couldn't clear. A couple of good headers by Croatia, and it fell to Perisic, who took a fantastic first touch onto his left foot and smashed it in with just a tiny little deflection to make it 1-1. And Croatia, again, they had the momentum, then they were playing the better football. But this is a Croatian team that don't seem to be able to, or they just, I don't know, it seems to take them a long time to get a firm grip of the game. They have control of the game, they control the games with the ball, but actually putting the game to bed takes them a while, and has done in this tournament. They've won a couple of games on a penalty shootout. They obviously took England to extra time and beat them late into extra time. And again, early on in this game, they just couldn't find that little bit of extra to just try and take the lead. And it came to France just a few minutes before half time. A corner come in. The ball hit Perisic's hand. Now, the referee didn't see it. He played on, but someone in his ear told him that it would be reviewed. It was reviewed, and once the review was over, the referee then was asked to go and look at him himself, and he decided it was a penalty. I don't understand. I really don't, for the life of me, understand the problem that people have with VAR. It is a tool for the referee to aid them, like the linesmen are tools to. That came out wrong. To see things. It's an extra pair of eyes. It's up to him then what he wants to do with it. On this occasion, only the referee can decide whether that's a penalty or not. The ball strikes his hand. Is it deliberate? Does he move his hand towards the ball? Well, yes, he does move his hand towards the ball. Is that enough for it to be declared deliberate handball? I don't know, but I don't have to make that decision. The referee has to make that decision. And what VAR does is it's another set of eyes. It's another tool to aid them to make that decision. So afterwards, people can't say, well, he didn't even see it. He got the opportunity to see it. Whether the referee's decision is right or wrong, that is down to the referee or his interpretation of the rules. And that, for me, is where VAR works. There will always be a grey area because it is a human decision. And all these people, you watch the TV and they say, you hear like Shearer say, well, it shouldn't be for things like that. It should be for things like handball on the line or Maradona's hand of God. When did those things happen in football? Very, very rarely. Things like this happen all the time. If it's going to be used, it has to be used properly. I think it's been a massive success in this World Cup, especially for things like corners, where people have been getting wrestled to the ground. If VAR continues in the game, we will see less of that in the game. That's what it'll do. All great changes in football were lambasted at first, the back pass rule and the offside rules and all these things. Football is over. Football will never be over. It will never, ever be over. It is not a robot given that decision. It is still a human. And it's up to him to give it. Yes, of course, the rules maybe need to be made clearer or simplified, or handball needs to be just handball. But at the end of the day, the referee had an opportunity to go and look at it again, and he gave the penalty, which was dispatched by Griezmann. Yes, it was unfortunate in Croatia, but by seeing it again, it put to bed the argument. He could have as easily said that wasn't a penalty, and people would have said, well, at least he got the chance to see it. That's the way football is going, and that's it. We don't want a definitive answer, if that makes sense, but we want the referee to at least get a look at it. And yes, there are arguments like not watching things in slow motion, because of course in slow motion everything looks worse. So maybe he has to watch and rewatch in real time. Maybe that's something that has to be looked at. It's a work in progress, but I think it's worked really, really well in this World Cup. And really, since the group stage, that's one of the first times we've actually seen VAR go to the screen. Maybe another thing that needs to happen with VAR is the referee doesn't go to the side and is given the decision in his ear. I don't know. That's for people to argue with or come up with a better solution. Anyway, France went in 2-1 up at half time. Croatia come out again, looked good for the first few minutes, weren't down. This is a team that never says die. But France, it was who took the game on. A brilliant break, a ball by Pogba, which was absolutely magnificent. Mbappe, what a play to have. Not only is he a magnificent player, but the pace. You can play a ball. Now, Pogba's ball was absolutely magnificent, but you can play a ball like that and know that Mbappe will catch it, or the defender will almost leave it because he knows he has to get himself in a position that he has to give himself a couple of yards for Mbappe to take him on, rather than just going head-to-head, because he's never going to win. What an outlet that is. He got the ball in the box. It fell to Griezmann. Griezmann laid it back to Pogba. His first opportunity was blocked, and the second one he stroked into the corner. Now, the goalkeeper, was he unsighted? Was he all his weight on one side because he'd already moved? Whatever happened, Pogba put it away brilliantly, and that was 3-1. Croatia kept on going, but again, France made it 4. Mbappe finishing an absolutely fantastic goal. Just what he deserved. And made up that he got a goal in the final. This lad's got everything. He is the next superstar, and it was only fitting that he got the goal. But it wasn't over. It wasn't over. Mandzukic got a goal from a really stupid mistake by Lloris, doing the old Karius trick, bit of concussion, trying to take him on. It got caught, 4-2. And Croatia, fair play to them, they kept on going. They kept on asking questions. But France, they are built like their manager, whether people like it or not. They've got all the skills in the world, but they've got the horribleness of their manager to just see games out, and they did. And you know, they could have got another couple of goals themselves, but it finished 4-2, and they are now the world champions. And for whatever people say, whether people say it was a rubbish final or France played rubbish football, that's the same amount of goals in one game as there has been in every World Cup final since France last won the World Cup. So 6 goals, what more do you want? Croatia might be a better footballing side, but France, for me, are the best team clearly in this World Cup. They've got the best squad. They've got players left at home that are better than most players' sides. So they are a squad full of talent. And let's see what they do now. Will Deschamps stay on, or will Zidane come in and maybe take this team on and try and get that little bit out of them, that little bit extra talent? Because all the players are young, they're hungry, they want to go on. Will they? We'll find out in 2 years' time. Don't forget, they were the finalists in the Euros 2 years ago. Now they've gone one better in the World Cup. So can they go back and get the Euros in a couple of years' time when the final we played at Wembley? It's exciting for them. They're such a good footballing side. For me, this World Cup's been absolutely magnificent. The football, the excitement, the drama. Has it been the best one yet? I don't know. I just know it's been a fantastic one, and that's all you can ask for. Who cares if it's the best one ever? As long as this one was brilliant, and we've all been entertained, and we're all looking forward to going into the season now. That's all I care about. That's all I care about. Well done to France. Allez les Blues. Made up, they won it. If you want to hear more of Toffee TV's thoughts on the World Cup, make sure to check out the Ball Street Social Club tomorrow, where I think Baz will be on it. I might be roped in at the last minute if someone doesn't turn up or something. Make sure you watch that. I've loved it. It's going to be... the good thing about the World Cup is you are weaned off it slowly, because you go from the group games and you have games less and less and less. So I suppose by the time you get to the final, you have been weaned off it enough for it not to be a big cold turkey thing, but it's been great. I'm made up. I'm just looking forward now to all the Nike gear that's only got 1 star on it. All the France Nike gear being dirt cheap, so I can go out and buy loads of it. Thanks for watching Toffee TV. Thanks for being with us during the World Cup. If you've been just watching the World Cup stuff and you're not an Evertonian, thank you for watching the stuff. And if you are an Evertonian, the season's nearly here. We're going to get full on it. We'll see you later.